Shout out to the Rosemount High School girls hockey team that I coached for, I think, 7 years. You girls were very special to me. And if you remember our time together, what did Coach Comboy always say? I know you called me Drew. See, I never made him call me Coach. I said, some chop, and my brother said this to me when I was like my first year pro. He came up to me during the practice and he said, I missed a shot or something. He goes, don't worry, buddy. Some chop wood, some fill water. Everybody plays a role. That was the first time I ever heard that. Okay. And then I started saying it to you girls. Whenever we, circle up and stretch, I'd throw it in there once in a while. It was like one of my sayings. But they're in the Bible. That's the Masons and Stones. Some chop wood, some fill water. Everybody plays a role. So think about it in society where they all go for the same goal, right? The money, right? They all get paid, but they play different roles. And they think they're learning like the secrets of the universe, like every level of the secret society they go up. But really, the more and more you go up in the spider web, okay, the more secrets you have to keep and the worse things you have to do. And and then that's how they don't tell on each other, because they all have, it's the secret chambers, or the cell of secret chambers. Like they all have secrets on each other. So if one secret goes out, gets out there, like that person who is in charge of that secret, I don't know what happens to them, but that's how it works. Okay. So thank you to my brother Timmy Comboy and my Rosemount girls hockey team for really getting me to realize what that saying was all about. And then I finally figured out who these people were that were running society. And I figured out it was the Masons and Stones, because I was doing a bunch of research on the Bible, and you can find you would just type in one word about any different name in the Bible. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there on it. But if you type in Masons and Stones on the internet, I mean, there's nothing. Nothing. That's how I figured it out too, using common sense. And that's how I figured out these dudes were coming in my home too. Because I just looked up I'd buy my daughter a new electronic toy or something, okay? Or I bought a new computer, like a brand new computer. And I look at the screws that hold it all together. They're all stripped. I didn't take that apart. Like I didn't even, that's sold, like right there. I was like, oh yep, somebody was in my home and they changed this out. That's called using common sense. So Timmy, Rosemount girls hockey, and young kids everywhere. And hopefully people worldwide start to use common sense. Because you can really break barriers. You know what I mean? I mean, you could break all this bullshit down that they hold us like hostage with, really. Just their words. So, Masons and Stones, some chop wood, some fill water, everybody plays a role, okay? That's why they have so many little secret societies and clubs, because they all play a different role. And each one of them, each individual, there's like a spotter, a communicator, a signaler, okay, there's followers, there's tough, you know what I mean? They have a role for everything in the club. Like bouncer, like, you know what I mean? Like in society, like they have role, they're in all parts of society is what I'm trying to get at, I guess. And they do these little hand signals. I've noticed they do these like hand signals, and this is how I knew my dad was one of them. Because when we first moved into my house, my neighbor came over, and luckily I remembered this. I think I was probably 8 or 9 years old at the time. We just moved into the house in Rosemount, and this dude, Denny, and this is how I figured out you were one too. And I remember this from my childhood. Who asks the very first time you move into your neighbor's house, or you meet each other, that's the first question he asked my dad. He goes, do you have a gym membership? Okay, that's the Grand Mason Club or whatever. That's Grand Masonry. Do you have a membership to the lodge? That's what that means. Do you have a gym membership? So if you, ladies, listen, and men that aren't psychopaths, little He-Man woman haters like these boys, okay, that don't want to destroy society with their secrets. If you ever hear somebody say GM or gym membership, are you a Grand Mason? Okay? Or do you have a ticket to the lodge? Now it's the exact same thing with politics. Do you have a ticket to the ball? Meaning, are you on the Democratic or Republican ticket? Remember, the Democratic and Republican ticket is one of the same. That's how bad. This is why I want people to wake up. I mean, they play for the exact same team, the money, the dopamine, and the power, the decision makers, okay? They act like they hate each other and they have these different views in society. But just ask yourself, go back, if you've been alive this long in America, has anything ever changed? I mean, it doesn't really matter with each party that gets in there. Nothing really changes, does it? That's why and they get us to keep doing it. They get us to keep doing it over and over again. And the only way they do it is through the money and then like the hatred we have for each other. That's it. That's the only way. Because we all think we have to go to our jobs the next day. That's it. They trick you into thinking that. So it's the reason why kids starve. It's because people don't realize that stuff yet. Because they can charge. These people have been in charge so long. This is how bad of people they are. They want people to starve, so they charge money for food when it's a necessity and it should be free. Like if you had a good like king or whatever in charge, leading your people, he'd make sure everyone's fed. That's like a no-brainer. Like, does your mom make you pay for your meal when she makes it for you? That's why women are going to be in charge here pretty quick with me. I don't care. Boys clubs, you He-Man woman hater clubs. And this is like the hardest year of my life, the happiest, the saddest, all these different emotions. Because there's so many people involved, and honestly, it's a lot of my friends, like hockey, like people I grew up with. So, like my dad, like dude. And they're gonna deny it all day, and they tried to make me look crazy. Like I figured out the Masons and the Stones, top to bottom. Like nobody's ever done that in history. So I'm pretty proud of that. So thank you to everybody before me that I learned from, and everybody after me, because there's a lot. Like honestly, my motto is pass it around, make it better. We're going top cheddar. Like whatever I do here, however long this lasts, okay, I hope somebody after me is better than me and does it, like, because I'm doing this. People, when they hear me say I'm giving free food, shelter, and water, the reason I say that is because I know they get it for free. All these Grand Masons. Do you know what I mean? So they're already doing it for free. They just charge us for it. These Masons and Stones, the ones who steal all the kids' bones. The Masons and Stones, they're on all your phones. It's the Masons and Stones, okay? The Stones they're skipping. Well, with this new boss you got, I ain't missing. See, I hit every stone. No stone unturned. I look everywhere. Because I truly actually care. And I care about these people too. So I've been calling on them for a time or two to stop what they're doing for their mothers and children. Because these dudes know I'm right. What they're doing right now is completely just out of spite. They've went out of their way. They've attacked this daddy. Okay? And you can call me crazy all you want. I don't care. I know I'm right about this. Because all these people would have just shown up in my life when I started writing it down. They wouldn't have tried to make me look crazy for calling people pedophiles. Think about that. Like, wouldn't you want to look into that? If I'm screaming from my rooftop, there's pedophiles all over, there's a large trafficking ring, would you instead try to make that man look crazy like my dad did? Or would you probably go look into the pedophile, like we should go look into that. There's a lot of children involved with that. Like what would you pick? Would you first try to make your son look crazy, or would you first try to look into what he's saying? So that's another no-brainer how I knew I was right. Because people don't do that. Like my entire life, I've never, ever been evaluated for anything mentally. I've been called, just like this summer before all this happened, Alicia Blas that I coach with, my girls hockey team, they know what kind of father I am. They know what kind of guy I am. They know I'm not crazy. So girls and the people who are from Rosemount and saw all this happen, I'm not trying to brag, but like those 4 girls of mine, they were the proudest I've ever been about anything in my entire life. Okay? That's what they attacked. So that should tell you right there that I'm right. Okay? So that's what they do to, and I feel bad because it took a lot of people before me. Because a lot of people probably tried to get this story out, and this is what they do to you. You know what I mean? That's why I say quack, 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 convoy on the full attack. Dude, it's the rock. They invent words. These are the people that invent words. That's how much power they have. They invented the term quack, okay? And as soon as I started calling them out about it, like literally, I wrote that down. Rockefellers, 1918, they invented the term quack because people were starting to save, doctors were using literal vitamins and herbs, curing cancer. Vitamins and herbs, they were curing cancer. And then they got called a quack. Now, let's fast forward to today. I'm screaming from my rooftop that the Masons and Stones and our government are involved in a large child trafficking ring, and they try to make me look crazy. And then a year before that, I was called Father of the Year. I was coaching 3 different sports at a high school with kids. I was working for a public educational school. I was working for the government, basically. And I worked for Thomson Reuters, another corrupt the Jesuits, I call them, another club. They're just the fancier kind. And they're also Grand Mason order or whatever. Okay? Like, it's big, America. This is the biggest, like, I uncovered the largest story in history. And I'm proud of it. The largest Ponzi scheme in the world, in world history. Like, where did these dudes come from? Like, outer space or something? That's what I'm starting to think. This is my belief. I'm still looking into it. Around the year 1500, okay, I think there was a group of people, white people, that are very sophisticated in technology. Okay, that's my belief. And they came here and they fucked shit up. That's my belief. And I hope I'm wrong about that, but I was hoping I was wrong about all this stuff that I was looking into, because it tears down everything you knew as a child. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I get it why people have a hard time believing me about what I'm saying about the Christian church, because you're under a curse. I was under the same thing. I'm not kidding about that. Like, you're under a curse when you go to that church and you go anywhere near that church. Trust me, stay far away from it. Don't give them your money anymore. They don't use it for good things, like feeding people. Because if they did, they have the most money in the world. There'd be no child starving or dying. If that was real, if that was what they believed in. Do you know what I mean? Just use common sense for the children and the women. And the fact that what they did to our women, the fact that I got my foreskin cut off. Well, I mean, when I was a baby. Why? Why did you cut off my foreskin? Look into that one too. And hey, look into where our foreskins go, man. I wish I could ask Tyler, artificial intelligence, that question, but I might stump it. Which doctor has it? Where is my foreskin? Like, do you guys realize what we do? Like, I don't think so. But I just wanted to thank my brother and the girls hockey team for breaking the case. The largest freaking story in the world. The Masons and the Stones smashing down our little girls. Masons and Stones stepping on our necks just so they can follow their next deck. Decks, that is. It's a deck of cards, the house of cards. King, queen, ace, jack. Quack, quack, quack. Tomboy, he on the full attack. See, I can go every which way, each and every day. Okay? I love you guys too. But it's time to pass the throne. You got the #1 stunner. No, sorry, not you yet, Gunner. That's next year. Just keep following Player of the Year. Love you guys.